Hey everyone, welcome back to Pawpaw's Workshop. Today I'm still working with the 3D printer and I made these little paint cones today. Now one of the nice things about these is that you don't necessarily have to design everything yourself. There are many different sources online to be able to find different 3D items that you can print. And this is one of the items that I have been wanting to do for quite some time. I wanted to replace the type of paint cones that I was currently using, and they wasn't cones at all. Basically, they were a pegboard with the golf tees in it, and they've worked pretty well for quite some time, but I think this is going to be a huge improvement. For a long time, I've been using these, and they've worked pretty well, because I can put the golf tees in here, put them down on the table, and then put the project on top of it. And this part worked pretty well, but there was a lot of movement in this area. And when I take the project and put it down, you can see how that would collapse. Now the solution to that was just to take some hot glue and put a little dab of hot glue on here to be able to keep these golf tees sturdy and fixed in there, and then that worked out pretty well. So you can see that's the problem on how that collapses. So that's the reason I wanted to be able to replace this and do away with this setup. And I think it's time to retire this setup. So these are going away, and this is what's going to replace it. Now the nice thing about this design, it does have the screw holes in here, so you can actually screw it down to the base. But you can position this anywhere you need it, and then put that on, and that's good and solid. And that's what you need, especially if you're painting this with a brush, or if you're rolling it, you need that stability. And this provides that stability to be able to keep everything in place. Now right now I've made 6 of these, and more than likely I'm going to make some more in the near future because they're very easy to make, doesn't take long at all, and these are extremely useful in the shop. Now last week I designed this little holder for the X1D1 laser, and I made it where these screws would fit in there perfectly. Well, on this little paint cone, these screws will again drop in there absolutely perfect, and that's going to be an absolute perfect fit. So when I'm doing some major paint projects that I have coming up, I'll probably just screw this down to the table, and that way they won't move. And these little small screws will be perfect for that. As I said in the beginning, there are many different sources to be able to find objects to be able to print. Well, the Thingiverse is one of the best sites that I have been able to find because they have a lot of the tools and parts. So when I open this up, this is the one that I had found. I was searching for the paint cones, and there was a variety of different ones, but I actually liked the first one that was displayed in the selection. And the nice thing about this, you can search for just about anything that you want, and more than likely somebody has been able to do it and publish it on the Thingiverse. And the nice thing about this, as you see me scroll through, there are many different projects that you're able to select and download. But for me, at this point in time, what I want to do is be able to limit my projects to different items that I can use in the shop to be able to have my shop a little bit better organized and to make it just a little bit more efficient. I want to scroll back up to the top, and this is the site that I had picked. And this one will have a lot of the details. There's one file to be able to download, so you're going to get the one paint cone. But you also get a summary of the project. You can get print settings. You have a lot of details in here about exactly how to be able to print it, what settings to print, and explanation on exactly how it was designed. So this is a lot of useful information that I would definitely consider reading, looking over before you download any particular file. But I do want to be able to give credit to the person who designed this. So if you choose to be able to download this, you can just select this right here. You also have a section there where you can tip the designer, and that's always a nice thing because there's a lot of hard work that goes into designing these. After I downloaded this, I opened up the file into the Cura software, and of course I made copies of it. I didn't want to just print one at a time. So I made copies so I could actually print 6 at one time. While this was printing, I wanted to have a little bit of fun with the light. I had not shown you the LED lights that are on this machine. So at this point, yes, I turned them on, and it does put a lot of light out onto this bed. Now the only thing about it is you do have a big shadow that runs right across. So it's not necessarily the best to be able to do the photography. But if you need to be able to have the light, this is an excellent source of the light, and it is very easy to be able to get to. All you have to do, and it doesn't matter if you are printing or not, just hit the settings and you can turn the light on and off. And you can see at this point, I'm already at 52%, so I'm about halfway. Now this is a 3-hour print. So if you look at this, that base, this is what takes all the time. And of course, you got to consider this. There's 6 of them, not just one. And I have to tell you, being able to use the 3D printer is just phenomenal. I'm really enjoying the Elegoo Neptune 3 Pro. This is a fantastic printer, and I'm loving every minute of it. Now the good thing about it is the learning curve's really not that bad at all. It's actually much easier to be able to learn this than it was when I first started with the CNC projects. And that was quite some time ago, but this was an easy transition to be able to learn very quickly to be able to have some very successful prints. Well, here it is. All 6 of them are finished now, and they look fantastic. One of the things that I've done also is relocated this printer upstairs into the house, and that way it's going to be away from the dust of the shop. So now I can feel very comfortable about printing inside the house. And the nice thing about having a printer such as this, it's extremely quiet. It does not bother anyone else in the house, and there's no smell, no odor, no reason to be able to exhaust anything. This is a perfect addition that you can have right inside of your house. Unlike the lasers and the CNC machines, where you have to constantly be aware of smoke, exhaust, noise, and all of the different related things. And looking at this paint cone up close, I think you can see that this print was outstanding. And just as a reminder, when I did the Google search, the Thingiverse was the site that I came up, and I'm really enjoying the selection from this site. I want to thank everybody for watching this video today. These little paint cones are going to be a great addition to the shop. So much better than the old golf tees and pegboard method that I had used before. And yes, I made them work, but why have to force something when this is a perfect solution? So this is going to become a very important tool in the shop. And I'm really enjoying working with the 3D printer and printing out different items that will benefit me in the shop. One of the things that I have found so far over the years is when I needed to make something, I was typically making it out of wood, and now I have the ability to be able to make beautiful items with the 3D printer, such as this and other items that's going to be far superior than what I've had in the past. So I can't wait to be able to continue to share the different tools and the projects that I'm doing with the 3D printer. So if you like this video, by all means, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget, while you're there, hit that little subscribe button down below and the bell notification. We still got a lot of videos to be able to get out before the end of the year, and I can't wait to be able to have you back in the shop with me, seeing exactly what I'm doing. So for now, bye-bye, and I look forward to seeing you real soon.